you took that new pink ball. You seemed to settle into a nice long spell. How good did that feel? And how do you sort of rate it in terms of your performances so far this summer?
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice time to bowl. Sort of just straight after the break, and with the lights coming on, and I thought it sort of started to do a little bit more, and it was a really good little patch for us. I think we took a couple of wickets there. Belzy's run out was sensational. It was enjoyable. I think all in all, across the board we were a little bit better today, which was nice. But a shame that it kind of finished abruptly.
Matt, before the game, said you've been struggling more against the left hands, but you seem to sort of have corrected that now. Do you feel good at that?
Yeah, I've been doing some work with Ben Sawyer in the lead up to the test, just around some alignment, particularly the lefty. Like I just keep losing it down that leg side, and I think the more that I've sort of had a chance to bowl, it's come along. It's definitely not like close to being consistent yet, but I really enjoyed those couple of days with Ben. That was a really cool sort of opportunity, and it's been nice to then put it into practice during the game.
Just about that, 2 days you did spend a lot of time in the net. Then when you go into a match situation, is there a possibility that you end up like thinking about what's happening to your action as well, and not so much as what's happening to the other?
No, I think, I hope, after a little bit of experience over the last, over my career, balancing those two things has been something that I've always kind of worked on. I have a really strong interest in the technical side of the game, and always have. But I think once you're out in the middle, the competition and the contest always comes into it, and I think that takes your mind away from the technical stuff too much. But at the same time, I think it can be really handy if you're doing something over and over again in a game that's not quite right. If you've got a good understanding, you can sort of draw on that and hopefully make a change on the run.
Was there any point in your spells yesterday where you felt like everything was in order, the alignment and everything?
There's been patches, definitely. And look, to be honest, and I completely understand the questioning, but like over the course of, I think any spell, at any time, there's balls that feel really nice out of the hand, and other times, not quite right. Certainly when you're searching for a little bit of form, there's probably more balls that feel a bit shaky than others. But as I said, I've really enjoyed those 2 days with Ben, and I think it's paid off a bit. There's obviously a bit to go, but it's been okay.
Couple of near misses there. Who do you reckon was more relieved when you did get that wicket, you or Beth, to actually?
I think that was a really pleasing thing today. We created quite a few chances. We sort of have across the last 2 days. I suppose our fielding, we've missed a few chances over those 2 days, and that's probably cost us at different times, and has really showed up, particularly in Test cricket, just how important that is. But at the same time, I don't think either of us were relieved. We're just nice to get a wicket, I guess.
Yeah, on that, I guess the bowling up in Mackay was tough. Like yesterday, that one that went through the slips, there was a no ball, there was a catch. Did you ever? But you didn't sort of, drop your head. You just kept sort of working, and you got the reward.
Look, honestly, it's just one of those things in cricket. Like sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. I've certainly had far more luck and good fortune over the course of my career than not, and you just have patches where maybe it's not all clicking. And I think that's the beauty and the challenge of trying to work through that. And at the same time, there's someone up the other end bowling and doing a great job. There's 11 of us in the field, so if things don't go your way, so what? I think you've just got to suck it up and make sure you're doing the best for the team.
We've probably lost the best part of the full day, I guess, so far. Are you guys still confident that you'll be able to sort of force a result, or is it kind of dependent on what India do from here?
I think we can play our part and certainly do what we can to try and force a result. Obviously, losing a fair amount of time makes that tricky, and India are in a great position with the bat. I think they've thoroughly deserved to be in the position that they have. They batted really well. Smeedy was outstanding, both yesterday and today. So it will be challenging, I think, but if we get a chance, I'm sure we'll still try and push to make something of it, and we'll just sort of see how it pans out.
How
frustrating has that weather been though? I guess, especially given that both the big storms have come right when, with the pink ball, you'd be hoping that that's going to be the real key time of the match.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously can't control it, but it is frustrating. I think, particularly, we don't get a lot of opportunity with Test match cricket, so when you do lose time, it sort of feels like a lost chance in a way. I think the two sides out there are incredibly well pitted against one another. India have played some great cricket. I think we've competed at lots of different times, and it'd just be nice to really fill all those overs in. But yeah, at the same time, the Storm was very impressive today, and I'm sure it's made for some good pictures. So it is what it is.
Elise, Annabelle, you mentioned earlier her run out. She had a bit of a nervy start in the field yesterday, misfield and a drop catch. But how excited! I know you presented her with her cap and you've got a good relationship with her. How nice was it to see her bowl well today, firstly, and then can you talk us through that run out, your vantage point?
Yeah, well, firstly, I think Annabelle was the pick of the bowlers today. She was outstanding and really toiled away and was very unlucky not to get some reward from her spell. And she put in a big effort. You could see she was pretty exhausted by the end of her second spell. So that was awesome to see from such a young player who hasn't had a huge amount of opportunity so far this summer. So she's really made the most of that. That run out was exceptional as well. It sort of reminded me a little bit of Nicole Bolton in an Ashes series not that long ago over in England. And those kinds of efforts always change the momentum and the course of a match. So I think that was a super opportunity for Belsey.
Andrew McGlashan, do you want to jump in?
Thanks, Lucy. Hi, Elise. What was the talk in the huddle after the Poonam wicket when she walked to the edge? Were you guys quite aware of how that had played out?
It seemed to be a really faint edge, and that's very much at her discretion whether or not she wanted to walk, and she did. So I suppose from our point of view it was just acknowledging that, but besides that there wasn't too much conversation about it.
Thanks very much.
And Snehal, do you want to finish us off?
Yeah, thanks, Lucy. Elise, just to get a little technical, if you compare bowling maybe a couple of years ago to now, one noticeable difference is the length of your follow through and how far down you're getting down the pitch, and also someone pointed out that your arm maybe isn't finishing as low below your bowling arm isn't finishing below the front knee. Can you just talk us through? Obviously, there's been a lot that has happened since then. Can you just talk us through technically what maybe different in Elise Perry, the bowler today, as compared to before?
Yeah, I didn't catch all of that, but I'll do my best. Look, there's been a few things around the last probably, especially this season, this series that I've worked on. The things that I think you mentioned there probably aren't a big focus at the moment. I think they're probably a byproduct of some other things, particularly my alignment at the crease and just being able to get through the crease when I'm setting up to left-handers, but without speaking about too much jargon. I think when I get those things right, naturally my follow-through is a bit longer and probably more explosive.
Is run-up speed one of those things?
Pardon me?
Run-up speed.
Run-up speed.
Is run-up speed one of those things?
No, we're not looking at that.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.